There it is. Okay. So this is Darwin Castle's Cthulu Realms. Which is apparently, like, a card game? Okay, let's see what this is all about.
You are Blaine Carver, Special Auditor for the newly formed Internal Revenue Service. It's your second day. You and your team have been assigned to investigate the offices of Providence shipping magnate Jacob Blessington. Despite having wealth beyond the dreams of
But yeah, I know this before, but like anything that's some kind of like H.P. Lovecraft tribute thing is always so creatively bankrupt.
Gloomy and weirdly moist. Providence is similarly dank. Your team arrives at the main office of the Blessington Shipping Company, a large building that spans the shoreline next to a particularly angry ocean. You enter the building warehouse and are confronted by several dock workers. Their dead-eyed stare is unnerving, but you're here to collect taxes and will brook no interference. There is a low hum in the air. You decide to address the men in your sternest tone. What could go wrong?
Having to play a card game? Apparently. Okay, what is any of this? What is the tutorial I skipped? Is it basically magic? Okay. 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 I feel like I have very little actual input in this game. I can draw stuff and... Okay, I think this is like the resource for getting more cards? Maybe? Or for attacking? Or both? The camera moves are really kind of sickening in this too. Yep. So there's green and there's brain. And then if I have brain left, then I can't end my turn. I don't know what the green does. But I think I'm spending this to get cards. And this is some stuff. And I guess getting cards is good. And this is tapped. And then... No, this is like... Okay, this is like deck builder then, I think. Like this is just like up for grabs, and I can put it into my deck. And there's also this, which okay, that's this thing. Okay, so like where are my actual like resources that I have over here? So I think if I have like 6 green, I can get this going on. And I can get 6 green if I do this and this. Yeah? No? Or wait, did I miss a button over here? No. The zoom is so bad. It's like okay, so just get lots of these because I can. Yeah. We'll learn the rules together, I guess. Like, okay, so I think if I can get like a lot of this, then okay, now I can get this off the table. Like I can get this terrible old man by spending my green. Okay. I'm slightly figuring it out. Okay, so play my cards, get some stuff. I can get up to 7 for let me get. Oh, well, that's probably a thing, right? Or do I need both of these costs? Let's find out. That's probably good, right? I feel like in any Lovecrafty thing you want to have an Necronomicon. Okay, so I can get all kinds of this. Yeah, and let's get this. And also this. Okay. I'm figuring this out. Okay, so what does this do? I have some options, apparently. I can 1/1 or I can 1. Oh, okay, over here. I can draw and discard, or just draw. Oh, okay, I'm like spending that then. Got it. Let's get some stuff. That seems good. Okay, that's damage then. It's going boop boop at me. I guess that's good. look at that, for instance. I don't know, that and that. Yeah, so it's like getting stuff and damage, I think, are the resources. I'm a lot more engaged than it would be if I like knew the rules up front, I feel. Okay. Once again, it feels like it is in my best interest to have the Necronomicon. Just on general principle. And then I can't afford anything, so that's why I want to do that. And then... seems good or bad, one of the two. Okay, so this, just, yeah? It's good, right? It's gonna do 9 damage? No. Are these alternate costs? Can I? No? What are you good for, Big It's 9? I'm not clear. Go away. Okay, I'm gonna exit this, and then I'm gonna see, like, is there a tutorial? Because, like, I'm pretty lost, turns out. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Cthulu Realms.
Oh no.
The object of the game is to drive your opponent insane.
I'm sorry that I did this, everyone.
You do this by playing cards from your hand and activating abilities. This card generates 1 conjuring power. You use conjuring power to acquire cards from the center row to improve your deck.
Why is the tutorial voice for this Cthulhu card game like asking me to call a 1-900 number sort of voice? That seems very off as a reading. Got followers and goons ready to talk to you now. Just $9.99 a minute. Okay, yeah, so that's...
This card generates 1 sanity loss. You use sanity loss to destroy locations and damage your opponent.
Okay.
The object of the game is to reduce your opponent's sanity to 0.
This is such a choice as an actress.
Acquiring cards from the center row makes your deck stronger. There are 5 cards in the center row at all times.
Like, you all hear this, right?
When a player acquires a card, it goes to their discard pile, and the top card of the general deck is placed the top card of the general deck is initiates are always available too. There's no limit to these. They're everywhere. When you run out of cards, you reshuffle your discard pile into your deck. You'll cycle through your deck several times throughout your game. Once you acquire a card from the center row, it's yours, and you don't have to pay anything to play it.
Okay. This tutorial is something else. Holy cow.
At the end of your turn, you discard any cards you haven't played from your hand, and all artifacts and entities you played this turn. You then draw 5 cards. If you can't draw 5 cards, you draw all the cards in your deck. Reshuffle your discard pile into your deck, and then draw until you have 5. Let's take a look at some card abilities. This card generates +2 conjuring power.
This is such a, like, phone sex voice.
This card also has a prerequisite ability. You can't use an ability unless you meet the prerequisites. This ability requires you to have another yellow card in play. If you meet this requirement, this ability lets you draw a card. Prerequisites always appear at the top of the ability symbol. Some abilities have more than one prerequisite. This ability requires you to abjure the card in order to gain the effect. Abjuring a card removes it from the game. An abjure ability appears at the bottom of the ability symbol. Remember that you don't have to activate abilities if you don't want to. Try not to forget. As you can see, this card is yellow, and this symbol indicates that this is an artifact. Artifacts are discarded from play at the end of your turn. This card generates 2 sanity loss and also heals 4 sanity for you. Note that this card requires 2 prerequisites. You have to have another purple card in play, and you have to have abjured a card this turn. If you meet both of these conditions, you may draw 1 card. This card is purple, and this symbol indicates this is an entity. Entities are discarded from play at the end of your turn. This card allows you to destroy a location and abjure a card. To destroy a location, simply choose an opponent's location in play to destroy. Abjuring a card removes it from the game. You may abjure a card from your hand, discard pile, or from the center row. Abjuring weaker cards from your deck, such as goons and followers, makes your deck stronger. If you abjure a card from the center row, it is replaced by the top card of the general deck. You cannot abjure a card that costs more than 6 conjuring.
Yeah.
This ability has 2 prerequisites. You must have a green card in play, and a player must have discarded a card this turn. It doesn't matter which player discarded, as long as somebody did. This card is a location. Locations stay in play after your turn ends. Locations can be destroyed by sanity loss, which must be applied all at once. The number here indicates how much sanity loss is required to destroy this location.
That makes no sense at all, but
How
sure.
are buildings destroyed by sanity loss? You're right, that does sound crazy. Anyway, this particular location requires 4 sanity loss to be destroyed. This location is also a sanctuary. A player cannot be damaged if they have a sanctuary in play.
Thanks for admitting
This
that
location
your
is
mechanics
just
make no
a
sense, I
location.
guess.
Your opponent can choose to destroy it, but they don't have to. This card also has a double ability. You can choose to gain 2 sanity or gain 2 conjuring power.
Sadly, she needs to
You
be calming
can't
down
choose
now.
both. This location is a nexus. If a player has a nexus in play, their opponent can't destroy a non-nexus location with sanity loss. A nexus doesn't protect players, just locations. Let's take a look at the rest of the abilities. This ability lets you draw 1 card, then discard 1 card. This will let you fulfill any discard prerequisites. This ability is very rare and powerful. It allows you to acquire a card that you abjured this turn without paying the conjuring cost and put it on top of your deck. That's all for part 1 of the tutorial. In part 2, you'll play some Cthulhu Realms.
Well, are you still going to be narrating it? Because that's been hands down the most entertaining part of
Welcome
this.
to Cthulhu Realms. Here you'll play an actual game, guided by a weird voice in your head. Me! Try not to think about it too much. Just obey without question. Notice that you have Miskatonic Hospital already in play. You played it last turn, and your opponent didn't destroy it. How nice of them. First, play the Pnakotic fragment from your hand. You do this by dragging the card from your hand to the in-play area. Because you already have a yellow card in play, you've met the prerequisite for Pnakotic fragment, and you can activate the ability. Do this by clicking on the fragment. Now, click on the +1, -1 ability in the box at the bottom of the screen. You draw a card, and you must now discard a card. Click on Follower to discard it. Since you discarded a card this turn, you can activate the ability of the ruins. Go ahead, do it. You can now abjure a card. Abjure the follower from your discard pile. Select the discard pile, and then select the follower. Now play Yithian. Because you have a green card in play, Yithian's ability is available. Activate it. You can abjure a card from your hand, discard pile, or the center row. Choose City of Pnakotis from the center row. Remember, you can't abjure anything that costs 7 or more. Now play the younger Watley brother from your hand. Activate the bottom ability. This allows you to acquire a card you abjured this turn. Now, choose City of Pnakotis. This ability puts the abjured card on top of your deck. Next turn, you'll draw the City of Pnakotis. Now play the Kingsport Harbor from your hand. Click on the card to zoom in. You can use the ability since you abjured a card this turn. This ability requires you to choose whether you want 3 conjuring power or 5 sanity. Choose the 3 conjuring power. Choose the 3 conjuring power. Now you have 5 conjuring for the turn. Acquire the Hrilya from the center row. Now you've generated 14 sanity loss. Time to attack your opponent. Your opponent has Watley Farm in play, which is a sanctuary. Sanctuaries protect players. You'll have to destroy it. Click on Watley Farm. See the large attack button? Go ahead and click on that button. Attacking the Watley Farm took 5 sanity loss. You have 9 left. Now attack your opponent. Drag a line from your avatar to your opponent's avatar to attack them. You're done for the turn. Click on the End Turn button. Now it's your turn again, but I have to leave. I like to chatter insanely in the minds of your local politicians, driving them to the brink of madness. You should be fine here. Think you can win? I believe in you. You're on your own.
I don't know how much this one was paid, but it wasn't enough. Okay, so now that I have some actual handle on how this works... more or less. Let's see. I guess it's play all early. Oh, well, like... that was a pretty over game, it turned out. Well... and I can look through all of these and see, like... so that's very familiar. I Which web cartoonist did this art? Yeah, okay, it's, you know, it's a deck building game that hired someone who really made some choices. Let's see his credits, though, because... Let's go faster. I don't recognize that name, actually. Okay, you did a job. Okay, so that was that. I think we got a good taste of that one.